car turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, it is time for round number 3, episode number 4 of our My Team career mode. And guys, things are looking juicy at this stage of the career. You guys know stuff is really working out for us kind of fine, especially after the previous epic round we had in Bahrain. Guys, if you haven't seen that episode yet, please go check it out. Above this one, well, it's not above this one, but you know, the previous My Team episode, because trust me, you're gonna love it. And I think we pulled a Max Verstappen and outperformed this car a lot. So guys, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you 2 nifty seconds, and I appreciate that a lot. It's what helps a young and upcoming YouTuber like myself out the most. So guys, heading in towards this weekend, we are heading towards the Hanoi circuit in Vietnam. And guys, unlike all my other friends who play the F1 game, the league, my friends in the league, some of my personal friends and everything, most people hate Hanoi, and I don't know why. Yes, there are a lot of walls. Yes, you can bend it quite easily, but Hanoi is an absolute joy to drive. Guys, I don't know. I'm just a sucker for any city street circuit, like really. And Hanoi is definitely very quickly going to become one of my favorites. I adore Hanoi. It's just an absolute blast to drive. So guys, please also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share this video with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out on social media as well as here on YouTube. So you know, just go. Guys, looking at the performance shot, we've got Mercedes leading the way from Ferrari, trying to catch up to them. Red Bull are still P3. There's a very close fight between McLaren, Racing Point, and Renault for P4. Then P4, 5, 6. P7, it is Alpha Tauri. P8, it is Alfa Romeo. P9 and P10 is squabbled over by myself and Haas, and Williams are still at the back. But myself and Haas are trying to get towards Alfa Romeo and Alpha Tauri, the 2 alphas. So we need to try and become the alpha. But that is our goal so far, guys. You guys know by the end of the season, I am looking towards being closer towards McLaren, Renault, and Racing Point. That is my big thing. As you guys quickly saw me there having a massive tank slapper there. And I actually wanted to show you guys this. Through practice 1, I used a set of mediums almost to their death. And because I overused the mediums, my first practice did not end very well, as you guys are currently going to see on your screen here. We come through the final corner, and just like in our career mode driving for Ferrari, even though there are separate story modes, we bended at exactly the same corner, just the opposite wall. So, not going too well. But guys, it is now time to head towards qualifying. Let's go! Guys, as usual, jumping straight into Q1. Obviously, guys, we are still a back market team. Ooh! As going towards the end of our second run in Q1, we actually nip the wall there and break off our right front end plate. That is how Hanoi can bite you in the butt. It's gonna bite you on your cheeks if you mistreat the track. So, we go across the line, we go P12, still a very competitive time. And coming towards the end of Q1, guys, I was trying just to get out of Q1, but the car felt fantastic, but the car didn't feel fast. You guys know what I mean? It felt planted, it felt good around the corners, but I didn't get a really good sense of speed. So I just really think we're lacking in the engine department. But as we come through the final 2 corners, I was like, if I fall out of Q1, it's fine, then we can have a good race strategy. So we come through this final corner, we open up DRS, we come across the line, and we go P7? P7? Wait. P7? Okay, Jack Aitken is out. He's starting in P20, but P7? Damn! Okay, guys, there's good potential to qualify good in Q2. Look, guys, I don't think we're gonna make Q3. There's no freaking way. But we can get like, say, P11, P12 if I'm lucky. We come across the line first. We go fastest on a worn set of tires, but obviously to the end of quali, we've only, P8? Okay, guys, what's going on here? And no, I did not lower the difficulty. The game is still on 105 AI, like you guys saw the very first episode. And this is a track where the AI are slightly OP because it's a new track on the F1 game. Okay, let's go around our Q2 lap. We never know. Okay, as we head down this first back straight, guys, towards the... I almost said circle. That's what you call it in Afrikaans. To the roundabout. It's a right-left chicane into the roundabout. Coming around it, be easy on the throttle. It's very easy to oversteer there if you're too quickly on the throttle. Open it up here. Oh well, come onto the back straight. Get the car up into hot lap mode. You can't use overtake mode in qualifying. For those of you guys that don't know, that's just for the race. You open up the DRS halfway down the straight. It's a massively long back straight, and getting it towards the hardest braking zone on the calendar. Here we go, down to first gear. Get the car turned in. Plant the power as early as possible coming out. Try to avoid that outside curb, which I didn't manage to do, but I still got a fairly good exit. We are just under 2/10 up on our personal best at this stage. Through the right-hander into this phenomenal final sector. Left, right, left, into another right, then another left. Then we have to gear down twice to go into this another right-hander. We hug the wall, another left-hander into a right, and then heading towards the penultimate corner. Beautiful section there. It feels phenomenal if you can just get the car perfectly placed through there. We come to the penultimate corner, through the final corner. We open up DRS. We come across the line for P. What? La 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 bamba. Bamba. Guys, how are we in P8 in a back marker car? We are just ahead of Haas in the performance charts, and we have out-qualified Renault. They are both out in Q2. Guys, either I'm an absolute maniac around Vietnam, or something is wrong with the AI.
At the end of this lap.
Thank you, Jeff. Okay. Guys, I'm literally not looking for anything more than P10, because come Q3, all the top teams turn up their cars.
Our fastest lap is a 1 minute 35.9.
Thank you, Jeff. Stupid amount.
Personnel be aware, we have a car leaving.
Okay, can you keep quiet now? Thank you. Okay, so guys, I'm maybe P8, maybe, but I don't think we're gonna get anywhere better than P10. Luckily, we went for, as you guys saw in the beginning of the episodes, if you had a keen eye, we went for our tire compounds for the weekend. We went with a lot more softer compounds, so a lot more soft, about 2 sets more mediums and just 1 set of hards for this whole weekend. Because the hards around Vietnam, I've already learned, are absolutely terrible. So that actually played right into our hands. We have more soft tires to use for qualifying. Instead of just having 4 sets, if you make Q3, we have 5 sets. So that literally came into clutch. And as we round the final corner, we open up DRS. We are now in P!
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Albon, Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
What is going on? Guys, P7, best of the rest. And guys, I'm shell-shocked. I'm honestly shell-shocked. I didn't think this was going to happen. We are starting behind the 3 big teams in Formula 1. We out-qualified everybody except the 3 big horses.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula 1 World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Why don't we begin by discussing Alexander Albon? They're in for a tough race today. They'll be starting out of position due to a penalty from earlier in the weekend.
Yes, it's not the position you want to be in at the start of the Grand Prix. Penalties like this put you in amongst the traffic. But we know they have more pace than those around them, so I expect they'll make some strong progress in the first few laps.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Parker, Norris, Sainz, and Sergio Perez, Ricciardo, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Gasly, Stroll, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Aitken, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Guys, you know you gotta hit that subscribe down below for this epic qualifying. If I haven't earned your subscribe now, I don't know what will. Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future episode. Guys, P7, best of the rest. All I want is a points finish. I obviously know we're gonna lose positions during the race, but we have to try and hold on to as much points as possible. This can get big. Ready for the Vietnamese Grand Prix as we head to 5 red lights, and it's go for the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Mercedes front row lockout due to Alexander Albon, who qualified on pole position, having a 5-place grid penalty. Here we go, heading into the first corner. You guys can see it is Bottas ahead of Hamilton. There's a lot of squabbling going on there, as you guys see. I'm going toe to toe with the two Ferraris heading through the first corner, as well as with Max Verstappen. We are side by side there with, I think, Charles Leclerc. We've got the two Mercs leading the way. It's Bottas from Hamilton, from who is in third? From Verstappen, and then it looks like it's actually myself battling away with one of the Ferraris. We're heading into this next spot. It is 3 wide. Oh, we go to the inside. Come on, go to the back, guys. Come on. It's a fight between myself and Max there in the background. Why did I even look at the two Mercedes? Nothing happened. I'm sorry for wasting your time there. We jump back to our PV for our start, guys. We get a stonker off the line. We go to the outside. We are forced to the outside. We go around Charles Leclerc. Vettel bounces his car over the inside curb, and now we are side by side with Sebastian Vettel as we are going through this very never-ending right-hander into a very sudden left. As we come out of there, Verstappen gets a tank slapper going through there, and that is why I was just so much faster than Max coming down this first back straight. You guys see, I go to the outside, I realize Vettel's there, Joel to the inside, I'm late onto the brakes, I force Max to go to the inside for the second part of the chicane. Vettel goes around his outside, and I nearly lose the back end twice there. Oh my goodness, you guys can see I'm driving the wheels off of this car. Our car has never been performing this good so far. Vettel absolutely schools me in a straight line. What do you expect from the most powerful engine on the grid? Vettel schools me, but at this stage I'm keeping ahead of Verstappen and Leclerc. Guys, obviously I'm not going to try and hold these guys up. When they come close to pass me, I will let them through. But for now, I am going to try and hang on to Vettel with everything I've got. But it's basically only going to last half a lap. We are still a back marker car, and even though things seem very good at this stage, we cannot get complacent and be like, oh, we can fight Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull now. Oh no, that's all maybe happening only the end of next season. So we really have to play our cards really fine if we want to have a good result in this race. We are still going to be battling Renault. We're still going to be battling Racing Point and McLaren. We cannot let our guard down. That will cost us a stupid amount of points. We have to stay active this whole race. Otherwise, we are just going to screw over ourselves. So you guys see that I am now in 4th position defending from Max Verstappen. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to hold these guys up. There's no point in that. I'm going to ruin their race as well as mine, because if I hold these guys up, the entire midfield is going to bunch up behind us due to us being side by side and battling the whole time. So you guys can see our senior engine team, because that's where the main Honda team works from, Red Bull. I let Verstappen pass. Now we've got Leclerc behind us, who I don't think is going to be behind us for much longer. But here you guys can see through the roundabout. Ooh, Leclerc! Yo, that was a... Charles Leclerc just had a little heart attack there. And now you guys can see he's actually under pressure from the second Red Bull of Albon, as well as Ricciardo in the Renault. And of all three of these cars, unfortunately Albon's the weakest in a straight line thanks to the Honda power unit. Leclerc is definitely going to have a good run here, but they go 3 wide into the hairpin. Leclerc has to jolt out of the way to avoid Ricciardo's front wing. He goes wide, and Ricciardo absolutely schools the two youngsters in the Red Bull and the Ferrari, and Ricciardo is through up into P5 now. And now Ricciardo is going to try and chase me down. But guys, this played perfectly into my hand, because oh, Leclerc, what are you doing? That's the second time in less than 2 laps. Oh boy, guys, now Leclerc's under pressure from the Racing Point of, I think, Sergio Perez, or is that Lance Stroll? I'm not exactly sure. Let's go through there. It is Perez. It is the number 11 car. But in any case, guys, this was working out perfectly for me, despite Leclerc's mistake. If Albon and Ricciardo can keep battling, and obviously Leclerc is eventually going to sort out his stuff, if they can keep battling and I can just stay smooth and save my tires for the right times and just, you know, get my rhythm going, I can come away with an absolutely fantastic result in this Grand Prix. As Leclerc is now being hounded by both McLarens as well as Sergio Perez. He luckily defends from them, but now has to do all the work again to catch up towards Ricciardo and Albon. And guys, unfortunately, Ricciardo was on a mission like I've never seen before. He was not caring about Albon. He was just having his eyes fixed on my it's turbo boosted racing machine. As you guys see here, heading in towards this next part, we go to the outside to defend from him. Guys, Ricciardo I will defend from. He's a midfield runner, and I feel we've really got the pace today to compete with the midfield guys. We defend from Ricciardo, even though we went wide a bit there. I was a little bit late on the brakes, but the stewards did not give me a warning or anything, so I was just like, whoopsie, and we went on with our race. But obviously, guys, now that Albon and Leclerc have caught back up to the rear of us, I knew it was only a matter of time before I had to let Ricciardo give a little bit of a gap so that I could, you know, I know it sounds terrible, but I have to let him go at a stage for my race, because guys, my strategy is softs, mediums, soft. I know Ricciardo is most probably going to go for soft mediums. I'm going to be quick at the end of the race. If I can manage, say, a 5-second gap, I can actually attack Ricciardo on the final few laps. You guys can see we are now behind Ricciardo. He overtook us heading into the roundabout. Now we have DRS overtake mode for a split second there. We go to the outside. It is nearly 4 wide heading into the hairpin there for a split second. Ricciardo defends from Albon and Leclerc, but Leclerc gets his Ferrari ahead of Albon. That was epic. That is my thumbnail. I'm sure you guys have seen the thumbnail by now, so that had to be an epic view. So you guys see Ricciardo makes a little bit of a mistake coming out of the roundabout. I can see that's a place where I actually struggle to get the grip down, so it's not just me, which is quite nice, because usually I'm the one that just sucks with everything. But here comes the OP Charles Leclerc's Ferrari, and here we go. I don't have DRS, and after I had that beautiful exit coming out of the roundabout, I did not enable my overtake button because I knew it would keep me to the end of the straight. Now guys, heading on to the end of lap 7, you guys can see I'm diving it into the pit lane because I knew the quicker I got onto the mediums, the bigger chance I had to come out ahead of Ricciardo, Leclerc and Albon. And I know what you guys are thinking. You literally said 3 minutes ago you are not going to fight Albon and Leclerc. The problem is, Ricciardo is in there, and eventually Leclerc and Albon will get past, guys. I still have to focus on keeping Ricciardo behind me, and it wasn't the type of battle where he hounded me every lap. He took a chance, he took a blow about every 2, maybe 2.5 laps, so I was not losing a heap load of time. So when I saw the strategy, my engineers had come in a bit earlier. I was like, that's actually a good idea because I can have an undercut, and now I can try and focus to stay ahead of Ricciardo instead of just giving him the position, you know? So here we go, you guys see, finally, I knew this was going to happen. Leclerc gets past Ricciardo as well as Albon, and now they're going to leave Ricciardo in the dust because the Renault is not the Red Bull and the Ferrari. As the P2 man, Lewis Hamilton, dives it into the pit lane for Mercedes, it's clear that Mercedes' priorities are still with Lewis and not with Bottas, which is still sad because Bottas is having a fantastic season thus far. Hamilton goes from his softs onto the mediums, so he is trying the same strategy as I am, so I'm basically copying Mercedes. Very interesting. So you guys can see I'm thinking like the big boys. I'm thinking like, what's that song? You're playing with the big boys now. Oh boy. So you guys see the very next lap, here comes Bottas. I wonder if Bottas is going to go for the very unique one-stop. That may be why Mercedes brought in Hamilton first. Nope, he's not. He's going for the two-stop, guys. Also same as Hamilton and myself. Soft, medium, soft. Now let's look what Vettel and Verstappen do. Vettel actually goes on to the hard tire, so Vettel is running to the end of this race, and Verstappen is doing exactly the same. So we've got a lot of interesting strategies around Hanoi here today. We're going to have to keep an eye on all the action that's going to take place. Yes. Do you guys see it now? This is actually, I think this is Hamilton. Yes, it is Hamilton. I saw the purple helmet, who is going for the move on Charles Leclerc. Leclerc hasn't come into the pit lane yet. So guys, I'm thinking Leclerc is also doing the one stop from hards, from softs onto hards. You never know. Otherwise, he's going for a very aggressive two-stop for the end of the race. So you guys see that I excuse the little jump in the recording there, but Hamilton did get the move done on Leclerc. I didn't want to take out that replay because that was actually a very important move for Lewis to make. So you guys see here, later on, obviously after all the pit stops were done, Ricciardo went onto the second set of softs. I accidentally missed his pit stop, and he is now onto the soft tires, and I myself is onto the mediums. So he was quicker than I was. But guys, look at the strategy plays here. Lap 11. Oh, Ricciardo has another tag slapper coming out of the roundabouts. I nearly ran into the back of him, but now we're going to have the speed. We've got the slipstream, rich mixture, and as soon as we have DRS, I think I'm going to use overtake as well. Yes, there we do. We switch on overtake as well as open up DRS. We pull to the outside. We've got the speed on Ricciardo. I'm going to have to defend this because this is a very tight battle between myself and Ricciardo to be best of the rest. To get that very important P7, we go right around the outside of Ricciardo. I didn't think that was going to work. I thought him on his soft tires was just going to school me. Ahead of us, it is Mr. Kimi Räikkönen on all soft tires, who is definitely going for a one-stop strategy. Woohoo! I have a big tag slapper coming out of the final corner, guys. We go to the inside of Kimi. It's going to be a very easy and beautiful move up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. And now I've placed the car between myself and Ricciardo, which is exactly what I needed. So at this stage of the race, guys, things are going very smoothly for me, but I'm not gonna lie, that Renault's race pace is 10 times better than its quali pace, and I have to say Ricciardo was just switched on for this Vietnamese Grand Prix. I knew that it was going to be an absolute bare fist fight for P7 in this Grand Prix. As you guys see, this actually is Charles Leclerc still behind him and myself, but he is on a one-stop. So Leclerc can battle us all he wants, but he just has to wait till we go into the pit lane because he's going to pass us in any case. And at this stage, we were both actually, I was matching Leclerc. Ricciardo was definitely about 2 tenths to half a second per lap quicker. Sorry for me trying to, with my brain playing F1 and my mouth playing chess. It's at two different speeds. But let's run to the top 10, guys. It is Valtteri Bottas leading the way from his teammate Lewis Hamilton in P2, going for the same two-stop strategy that I am, from softs to mediums to softs. Then you've got Vettel in P3 on the hard tires running to the end of the Grand Prix, along with Max Verstappen in P4. P5 at this stage, it is Mr. Daniel Ricciardo, who will be stopping again like myself, who is in P6. P7, it is Mr. Charles Leclerc on a one-stop, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. Yes, I see the white walls slightly there. So Leclerc P7, P8 is Norris, P9 Carlos Sainz, and P10 is Mr. Alexander Albon, also going for the one-stop strategy. Now here you guys can see a few laps later on, this is now actually Leclerc. Ricciardo dove it into the pit lane, Oh, no, Ricciardo passed me. Sorry, Ricciardo passed me. And this is now Leclerc passing me as well. But also, guys, I was not going to fight that. I mean, it's Leclerc, it's Ferrari. And as you guys see here, at the end of lap 17, if I'm not mistaken, here comes Daniel Ricciardo diving it into the pit lane for Renault. And he is now going to strap on a set of medium tires. If he straps on hards, I'm going to be in the 7th heaven because that will just be stupid. Please strap on hards. Please strap on hards. That'll secure my P7. Come on. Come on. Come on! Oh, damn it, he's going for the mediums. But in any case, guys, a guy can try. I am allowed to try and hope that he messes up his strategy. But guys, coming through this next part of the race, you guys can see I'm actually looking for a few other drivers. Here's Lando Norris. I just wanted to see where Ricciardo was coming out to. No plus minus where he was when it comes to position. But Ricciardo was ahead of this group quite significantly. Ahead of Norris and the two Alpha Tauris who are also one-stopping this race. He's even ahead of the one-stopping Lance Stroll in the racing point. So Ricciardo has had a very good middle stint. We come on to the end, I think it's lap 19 or lap 18, I'm not exactly sure. But we come in for our set of soft tires to end off this race on. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I should have stayed out about a lap left, about 2 laps more, a lap to 2 laps, to make sure that my softs were not gonna fall off the cliff come the last 3 laps of the Grand Prix. But Ricciardo had sensational pace after he strapped on his brand new set of mediums, and I couldn't afford to lose, say, 3-4 seconds more to him. That would just be stupid. Thank you to the It's Turbo Boosted Racing boys for giving me a good pit stop. This is a used set of softs that I used in qualifying.
No more scheduled pit stops.
Thank you, Jeff. So they are not brand spanking new, but they are still enough to get me through the final 8 laps of this Grand Prix. 9 laps actually. So you guys can see I came in at the end of lap 19, and now it is time to chase after Ricciardo.
Perez ahead. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 9 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:40.7.
Okay, so guys, we've got 2.5 seconds. Okay, make that less than 2 seconds now as we come onto the back straight nearly. To catch up to Ricciardo. And guys, there were a few one-stoppers ahead of us, but I knew myself and Ricciardo were going to catch them very quickly. And the thing is, the quicker I made work of all the guys ahead of me on one-stopping, the quicker I could latch onto the back of Ricciardo. And we were battling for P6 and P7, thanks to Leclerc and Albon also going for one-stops like their teammates Vettel and Verstappen. Here you guys can see Hamilton comes in for his final set of soft tires. So Mercedes are going to have a battle to see who can get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix come the end of it. Who's going to get that bonus point? Here you guys can see I finally catch up to the back of Perez. Actually, the end of that very lap after I came into the pit lane. It's an easy move now up into P10, so we are back into the point, which is very important for our team. Here, just a few 100 meters ahead, it's Mr. Daniel Ricciardo going for a move on his teammate, Mr. Esteban Ocon. That was very nearly a race-ending move there for Ricciardo and Ocon. Ricciardo comes to the outside. I think he's a little bit mad at Ocon. Ocon had a little bit of 2017 Belgium Grand Prix moves going on there, where him and Perez clashed at the Belgium Grand Prix, going down the hill up towards Eau Rouge. So Ocon has still got that little bit of a mean streak within him. It's my position. You're not going to take it. No. You are my teammate? I do not care. Ocon is a Frenchman. Why did I just do a Russian accent? I'm sorry. Esteban Ocon, please forgive me. Here you guys can see, here comes Bottas strapping on his set of soft tires. Let's actually see which Mercedes emerges ahead of the other. Obviously, Vettel will take the lead now from Verstappen in P2. But I can guarantee you guys these two Mercs are going to catch up quite significantly quick. As Hamilton is now P3, so he is ahead of Leclerc and Albon, who got stuck behind myself and Ricciardo for a big chunk of this race. There you guys see Verstappen. There's Bottas. Bottas will come out in P3 ahead of Hamilton in P4, and he is now on lap fresher soft. So I think that is Bottas definitely going to finish ahead of Hamilton. So you guys see it now. I've caught up to the back of Esteban Ocon, and you go Ocon. What is it? Some people say Ocon, others say Ocon. Let's go with Ocon. We've caught up to the back of Ocon. We take a very aggressive line through those final aces. We actually lunge it up the inside of Ocon, and we make sure that he does not do to us what he did to his teammate Ricciardo, and that is us now up into P9 of this Vietnamese Grand Prix. Here you guys see Bottas did not hesitate to catch up to the rear end of Verstappen. Here we go. The Honda will not be able to compete with the Mercedes at this stage of the season, unfortunately, and Bottas just sails past Verstappen as if Verstappen is searching for parking. You guys see, this is our Ricciardo actually going for a move on Lance Stroll, who is running a fantastic race for Racing Points on a very, very audacious one-stop strategy. You guys see, Ricciardo gets the move done, just like Bottas did towards Verstappen. Nothing that Stroll could do. And now we jump onto my POV as we
race on this compound. 5 laps till the end.
Relax, Jeff. We will get to the end. I promise you. We now catch up to Stroll, and we are going to take away P8 from the Canadian. It's I wouldn't say the easy move, but it was also not a hard move. The Racing Point is a beast in a straight line, so I had to use all the electrical juice that I had, as well as rich mixture. But we get the move done on Mr. Stroll, and now it is time to chase down that banana yellow Renault of Daniel Ricciardo, as we now see a battle for the lead between Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. There is nothing that Vettel's going to be able to do when it comes to grip, guys. Those hards are starting to fall off the cliff, and there goes Bottas around the outside. I'm sure Ferrari and Vettel's heart will be sinking because they had this Grand Prix. Now we just rewind a little bit back as Hamilton! Jeez Louise, dude, easy on the steering wheel. Is just made the move on Verstappen, and just a few laps later, Hamilton says, "Hey, Vettel, you're not in my Mercedes. Let us get the move done and dusted. There's no point in bickering. No point in bickering." Hamilton with that freaking jerking of the steering wheel. You're gonna lose control of your car one day, bro. I'm just saying. Just be careful. Hamilton gets himself back up into P2. And guys, what a Vietnamese Grand Prix. Bottas with dominant fashion, almost basically leading this race from the first lap and keeping Hamilton at bay, getting a perfect strategy to work out for him and Mercedes, which Hamilton copied. Bottas rounds the penultimate corner, and he's also going to round the final corner to take the win here in Vietnam for Mercedes as he wins the Vietnamese Grand Prix. In second place, it will be a 1-2 for Mercedes. Hamilton will come across the line for P2. P3, it will be Sebastian Vettel for Ferrari. P4 for Max Verstappen and Red Bull. P5, I think it is. Yes, it is Leclerc. So Ferrari are going to have a 3-5 and Red Bull a P4 and P6. And guys, in P7, I tried, but I just couldn't latch on to the rear end of Ricciardo. His mediums just held a little bit longer than my softs did, and on literally, guys, the final 2 laps, I just couldn't anymore. The rears were done and dusted, and I was just like, you know what? This was a fantastic battle. Well done, Ricciardo. We will resume this battle one day again. But guys, as we nearly lose the rear end there, nearly bend it at this penultimate corner. But it's a solid P8 here in Vietnam.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Guys, stuff are just looking great for us here at It Turbo Boosted Racing. Guys, it's only the 3rd round of the championship and we have already had 2 solid points finishes in Bahrain and now in Vietnam. Now, obviously, guys, I know that that reality check is going to come in really soon. I know that. But as long as we are riding the gravy train, let's yank the caboose. Let's go, man. Let's go. We get $112,000 input for having not me or Aitken having a DNF in this Grand Prix. It's nice moolah. We get up to 1.44 million in the financial spin of things, and now we head towards the Chinese Grand Prix at Shanghai. Now guys, the Chinese Grand Prix is a track I love, but I don't always go good around Shanghai, so it is a track that I'm really gonna have to focus on. We have to make sure that our team also keeps developing, so we're jam-packing their schedule. There's no time for resting. We want to become a big team in F1 one day. We want to take the Constructors World Championship once. And guys, in the famous words of Benjamin Daly, aka Tiamat Marduk, guys, I do not honestly care if I win a Drivers' Championship with my own team. The thing here is, you have to win the Constructors. The Constructors is the most important thing because you have to put your team ahead of yourself. So, I would love to win a Drivers' World Championship one day with its turbo-boosted racing. But, and this is a big but, let's say I keep Mr. Aitken for freaking 20 seasons, and he one day is in the right car with the right amount of talent to take the championship, and he outperforms me. If it means that we still win the Constructors without me and him battling, I will give him the championship. But guys, that is far into the future. We now have the opportunity to sign a third sponsor to the car, and we are gonna go for AVNZR. The goal is, as a team, we need to complete 50 laps during a race weekend, which is not too hard, so that's easy money, especially with me doing all the practice programs. We have to customize the car a little bit with the sponsors, so that's what you guys can keep an eye on. We're still going for the bright red sponsors, which I think still works beautifully with that little red accent we have running through the middle of the car on the side. It just looks spectacular. And then we put the Avanzar, okay, now we know what they are, Avanzar, on the side, and I'm also going to put them up on the rear wing. Shark will still stay our main sponsor on the side pod, on the engine cover and on the front wing. Then we've got our second sponsor being a little bit of a tiny one there on the rear of the car, just ahead of the front wheels. And now we've got our new sponsor, Avanzar, on the rear wing and on the front, basically on the front, not the end plate, that's the front wing. But you guys know what I mean, on the further to the front of the car. We also redesigned our team logo, guys. The reason I did that, I realized that I really badly designed our team logo. I think that looks spectacular with the black background, having a black car, well, a black base for the car. And guys, what a Vietnamese Grand Prix. What a Vietnamese Grand Prix. I am absolutely starstruck. I did not think that we were going to have the pace this weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, Aitken did not perform as well as we did, but I honestly think, just like in Bahrain, we pulled a Max Verstappen on ourselves and we overdrove this car. Since Verstappen has been at Red Bull, guys, we all know Verstappen has been described as the most overdriving driver on the grid. He gets that Red Bull to places where it's not really supposed to be when you compare their pace to Mercedes in modern times and a few years ago to Ferrari. Verstappen makes sure to get that car where it does not actually deserve to be, but where the team deserves to be. There's a reason Red Bull are 4 times Constructors World Champions and have 4 World Championship titles with Sebastian Vettel. They deserve to be up front. And why am I talking about Red Bull when this is my team? I'm sorry. Guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. We will one day be where Red Bull is now. But for now, we have to work with what we've got. We had an excellent weekend here at Vietnam. Please, if I haven't earned your like now, I don't know what will. Please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. Guys, also please remember to follow me on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. Share this video with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out on my social media as well as here on YouTube. So please share. I love you guys for giving the love usually, and you guys are absolutely awesome. Guys, finally, if you haven't done it yet, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future awesome episode like this here on Silver Fox Races. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Thank you for staying till the end. I'll see y'all next time when we head to Shanghai. Cheers!